Alrighty, this will be the People News one more time. Okay, I happen to be on the same YouTube channel. I'm just kind of updating myself on him. It's been a while. I've been doing research and all that kind of stuff. So this is Blue Line uh, Windblower, Whistleblower. All right, this one is more along the lines of what they are saying behind closed doors, and you know they're all doing it. You just don't hear about it, right? Um, I'm not an attorney, not giving legal advice. Never look straight forward. Always look around to be able to protect yourself by any means necessary. People. Right? Not persons. Okay? Um, there's not enough revenue. Okay? And if you really listen to it, one of the guys that kind of covering it. They're backtracking. They're doing a little trickery of words. Remember, all through my videos, I tell you guys, watch out for the trickery words of their use. Right? Look up the definitions and all that kind of stuff. Because they trick you, make you led to believe something that's not actually true. But it sounds true. All right, let's go.
Municipal court at a number, and we've been planning it at a number for since I've been mayor, 7 years, 6 years. And we never hit that number. We keep putting a number in there that we never hit.
We did decrease the municipal court revenue budget by $275,000 this year.
And it's great from a budget perspective, we've decreased it, but the reality is, if you take a look at the number of citations written and the number of warnings and the number of revenue, we consistently are decreasing the number of citations and the number of warnings.
All right, some of you may interpret that a little different than me, but the way I see that is the mayor is complaining that people aren't committing enough traffic violations. Is there any other way to look at
that?
You gotta love that point of view, right? Just gotta love it. There is no way around it. You got to love that being called out.
We all understand that at one point some new laws were put into place that impacted those citations and those warnings, but at some point you got to be anniversarying that number. And yet we're not. We continually go down. Do we?
You want to see those numbers, or you just want to talk about them, or?
Would you have a slide for that? So.
Did y'all hear that? There's even a little bit of a reaction from the public that was present.
So.
This slide shows graphically the trend in citations, warnings, and revenue. And I do actually have actual numbers, here in my notes. So
if you take a look at it in a 5-year window, we go from 25,000 citations. Oh, sorry. So in 5 years, we go from 25,000 in citations down to a little over 10,000. And I guess the question is, why is it continually going down? At some point, you should anniversary the impact of new rules and regulations and laws. And I think the biggest concern is the following, and that
new rules, regulations, and laws. Okay.
Is fewer tickets, fewer citations. What impact is that in terms of public safety? Because we know running a red light is dangerous, it kills people. Speeding is dangerous, it kills people. And so I think the question would be concerning, what impact does fewer citations and warnings and then net effect actual receipts decreasing, what impact does that have on public safety? Just my comments. Does anybody else have a comment?
Of course, nobody on the council wants to comment on that. Nobody wants to touch that. You're basically talking about trying to find a way to get around quotas, or I guess the law that makes it illegal for quotas. The city manager does jump in to save the mayor, though.
I do have a comment, Mayor. I've been working with Chief Carter and assistant chiefs as well, and I know these numbers have been going down, and we've been talking about it every year, Mayor. And so we do when we do meet, we do address these numbers. I know that recently they've had a plan to really address this, and we're not seeing the numbers yet, but this past month those numbers have been going up and will continue going up. And the important thing that I keep delivering as far as the message to the chief is, and he understands this, that when these revenues go down, there's such a need in the police department that needs to be taken care of, and from police stations to you name it. You'll see some of them pop up here in just a little bit. But when these revenues do go down,
Now, sit there and think about this, right? So, your tickets are paying for stuff for officers to come back and violate more of your rights, but with better equipment. All right, we got to see the trickery of words and how he kind of read that. But he's also talking about how they're going out there. And now, where you stand on this is not really the issue of whether you should get pulled over and pay fines or not. But it's how they are actually doing this, right? And what are they using it for? We got other things that can use the money, but it's particularly going straight to what? So if you're for or against, I don't care. It's just it's a one size fit all and not sprouted out for all.
is concerning, because we want to make sure that if we set up a budget, any marginal revenue that goes above that amount that I've actually addressed is that we'd be more than willing to dedicate that toward the police department and to assist them on all the needs that they have. So when you see the numbers going down like that, it is concerning. I definitely agree with that, Mayor. But I know that at this point, and I've been working very diligently with the chiefs, started meeting also with the association. I will be monitoring these numbers to make sure that they start continuing going up. It's not just going to be this past month, but continuing after that. But it has been problematic, and we have talked about it over the years. I know that the chief, and of course, they've talked about the impact of COVID. Well, we're past COVID now, and it's time to start seeing these numbers start going up again. And it goes back to safety. It's not a matter of we're setting a quota. We cannot set a quota. That's illegal. But we do want to make sure that our streets are safe, and we want to make sure that that individuals that are breaking the law are pulled over and either receive a citation or a warning. But again, this is something that I'll continue working very closely with them. Again, there's a plan that they did have that they've implemented, and this past month, you'll see in the future months, these numbers start going up.
Well, because we all.
We're going to pause there for a second, right? We've seen other videos. I don't know about y'all, but I've seen other videos, right? That officers actually make up lies to pull people over. Like a brake light out and the brake light was working. Okay? Just like drugs. Drug dogs walk around the car, sniff the car, but there's no drugs in there. You know, innocent people's gone to jail over stupid things like this, over drug dogs. You know, your tail light, your license plate lights out. I can't see the license plate, this, that, here, and there, because he didn't have the glasses on. But, you know, if they get pressured, the officers get pressured of doing some type of quota that they're saying they don't do, right? Well, they're going to victimize the people to get up to the quota. Now, that being said, I can be absolutely wrong. However, I can be absolutely right.
I'll understand that we can't do quotas, but my assumption is the following, that we.
I understand we can't do quotas, but that's what they're discussing right there. they're doing quotas. We're happy to see the numbers go up. It's a roundabout circle way of saying that they're doing quotas without saying they're doing quotas. Trickery of words, people.
Didn't do quotas in 18 either, fiscal year 18,
That's
right?
correct.
So we've never been able to set quotas.
That is correct.
So the 5-year trend is reflective of never setting quotas. New laws which have impacted issues, and yet we're seeing $1.7 million increase in the public safety dollars, and we are continually seeing a decrease in number of citations and warnings and revenues. So the general fund keeps picking up those dollars and having to cover those dollars,
Correct.
and that is an issue.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to challenge that. Mayor, why don't you actually pay more property tax? You'll help out the revenue there. You can't make this up, people. But do you think this is the only? No. This is all through across the United States. Just saying. Our eyes have been shut and closed to what's going on, right? Tyranny begins behind closed doors. That's what our founding father said, right? Tyranny begins behind closed doors. They've been here lately brave enough to say, hey, you know, I'm shut up, you know, don't challenge me, all this kind of stuff, and commit tyranny in council meetings and all that when people are trying to film them. They're brave enough to do it now. They think they have this magic power. All right. This week, People News. Well, let's see about what's left on here.
Any further comment from council?
That would be no. All right, that's the end of the video, y'all. Oh, my goodness. This week, People News. Bye, y'all.